If you are in a place where you are trying to constantly grow and establish yourself as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as the woman of your home, this video is for you. And I'm excited to be here today because these are 7 things that I feel like are very impactful when you are in a space where you are trying to be that woman of God in your home, where wife, mother, and woman is what you're trying to, walk in. You're trying to walk in your purpose as that. You're trying to walk in your purpose as a wife, your purpose as a mother, and your purpose as the woman of God that God created you to be. This is a video for you, and these 7 things will help you get there, stay there, and continue to grow in that space. Hey, my name is Sachiya Shardai, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about 7 things that creates a well-rounded wife, mother, woman of God who is just like the woman of her house. She's a tone and energy about herself that is like, I'm whole, I'm healthy, I am an established woman in my family, and this is the things that I bring to the table and to make sure that my family is moving along. Okay, so let's get into these things. Number 1, have a routine and plan ahead. Usually, if you are not having some routines, such as night routines, after school routines, morning routines, then that can cause things to kind of fall apart. This is future editing me. I'm just popping in to say these are not things that I am not working on. I am a growing woman in progress, okay? There are several of these things on this list that I'm still working on, but I know that these things are so important for me to get to the space that I'm trying to get to, for me to be the wife, mother, and woman of my household that God has called me to be. I just had to say that. If you don't have cleaning routines like, oh, this is a certain day that I mop, not saying that you always have to clean on Saturday mornings like my mom used to do, but if that is your routine, that's fine. But if it's not where you like, okay, I clean the kitchen on Saturday mornings, but I clean the bathrooms on Wednesday evenings, whatever the case may be, having those set routines and those plans ahead really helps keep things flowing, keep things even, keeps everybody, including yourself, from feeling overstimulated, overwhelmed, and overloaded. This is the most hardest thing to stick to, because sometimes life, or sometimes stress, or sometimes just the weight of being in adulthood can weigh us down and like get us off our game, and then things start lacking and slacking, and everybody looking at you like, you know what I mean? And the woman is kind of that glue, that brings the family together, holds the family together. And so when she comes to the table with those routines, she comes to the table with those plans already ahead. I try to do things like go ahead and create that grocery list. I try to make it my routine that Saturdays or Sundays I'm going to the grocery store, and I already know what dinner or around what I'm going for dinner each week. That way I know what I'm grabbing in the store, as well as make things a little bit smoother when I'm coming home from work, or even if a day that I'm coming home from work that I don't feel like cooking or I don't have the time, I can tell my husband like, okay, this is the plan. And so that kind of, get things moving, as well as kids are kind of move better and roll better when they have that consistency, they have that structure, they have those plans in place, and they know what is going to happen and what is coming. And it just, takes a little bit of that stress off. Number 2, be supportive. This is very, very hard for some women to do, especially with the culture of be independent, with the culture of you shouldn't have to tell nobody, with the culture of men don't have like feelings or anything like that. And also, your kids don't have feelings, but they do. So be supportive. If your husband is coming to the table and he's saying, "This is what I want to do, this is where I'm trying to go," um, of course, y'all need to go to God about it, but be supportive of his dreams. Be supportive of his plans and where he is trying to lead your family. When you married him, you saying like, "Okay, I trust you." I know it's hard, y'all. Trying to be an independent or coming from being an independent woman into being a wife, it could be kind of hard because you think separately sometimes, but you have to remind yourself that your husband is your lead. Your husband is was taking the family from here to here to here. And so if he is in line with God and if he's allowing God to lead him, then be supportive of where he's trying to take your family. Be supportive when he say this is a good idea or this is not a good idea or whatever the case may be. Be supportive, but also be supportive as well as your for your kids. Like support them educationally, academically, support them emotionally, support them physically. If you feel like they are needing to be in a certain spot educationally, mentally, physically, emotionally, help them get there. Push them to be there. That is being supportive. Supportive is not just saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna just support you to do whatever you want to do when you want to," because we know God has blessed us with children and put children in our hand to help guide, to help mold, and help catapult them to be the child of God that they're supposed to be. And so being supportive in a way where you're holding them to a standard, but also being supportive in a way where you are really establishing well grounded and whole emotional, physical, academic, and mental needs. I think I said all of them. Yes, be supportive. Be supportive of your husband and be supportive of your children. Number two, no, number three, be love. Okay, number three, be love. Just embody that word. Okay, God is love, and above all else things, love covers a multitude of sins. So walk in love, and love creates an atmosphere of grace, of mercy, and love scripts that fleshly needs to like walk in offense. Love covers and gets rid of anger or um, hurt. Love gets rid of um, ulterior motives. Love scripts us of us thinking that we know it all and that we can make all the decisions, and let us know that God is in control. But also, you want to create this atmosphere in your house where it's like, I know I'm going to get that nurturing, that care, that support from the woman of the household, from the mother of the household. Um, and when I'm come to her, when I'm around her, I'm going to feed off that and pull off that love. And also, when you are love and you establish love, the people in the home, because if you are a man or a child and you're listening to my video, please, 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 if your wife, if your mother and the woman of the home is leading with love and giving love and supporting you, please, 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 please fill her cup back up. She cannot do what she needs to do for the family on an empty cup, okay? And as the woman of the home, we're naturally going to grow and figure out how can we love better? How can we talk better? How can we make our children and our husband feel that they are loved? How can we establish an atmosphere of love in our home? So be love. Just embody love, be love. Number four, deal with your trauma. So we're talking about growth. We're talking about being whole. And I've spoken about this before. And if you watch my previous video prior to this, I'm currently reading a couple of books because I really need to help with forgetting things and or forgiving things that even though that I can't forget them, and letting go of certain things, and really connecting my actions with, okay, maybe this is why this is happening, and really letting God process that offense. Let God help me turn those things around so that I do not bring that misconception, those hurts or those offenses onto my children or into my marriage. And so when you are a whole and healthy mentally woman and you've dealt with your trauma, you automatically are going to level up and become a better wife, better mother, and better woman of your household, as well as just being a woman and being happy and knowing who you are and being able to progress as like a boss, being able to progress in your own personal dreams or anything like that. You have to deal with that stuff and take that off. You cannot carry that weight and offense of trauma or drama with you. You have to take that, take it out. Okay, that's what you got to do. Number 5, be honest. Okay, if nobody in the household is honest, it is your job to be honest, because one, everybody know mama don't lie. Okay, mama gonna shoot straight from the hip, and she gonna tell it like it is. Okay, so if something is going down, I'm not saying be hateful or be quote unquote what people call blunt, but I'm saying um, establish a rule or a sense of that we're honest in here. There should not be secrecy in the house. There should not be like unevenness. It shouldn't be like, okay, I'm gonna let you go out the house looking a mess. It shouldn't be none of that. Okay, like we're gonna be honest about anything. This is what God says, or this is what I think you should do about this. Be diligent and soft in your honesty. Okay, we're not telling people off and being blunt, because it is your husband and your children. Okay, but we're gonna be honest about what we need to tell them or how we advise them, that way that they can grow, that way they can mature, that way they can truly receive the help that they need, or they can truly get to where they're trying to get. As well as we don't want our husband or our children to have misconceptions about the reality of life, or misconceptions about we just want to be honest. Just be honest. Number 6 is love on you. Okay, like I was saying earlier, you cannot pour from an empty cup, and this is one of the biggest things that I'm working on for myself, because I will, it's a bad habit, but I will give, okay, until I'm skin and bones, until I'm thirsty, until I'm dry. I mean, like, flip the cup upside down and there's nothing. And I still will be giving to my family, to my husband, to my children, to my household. I will give mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, everything. I'm like putting everything into it. But everything I'm putting into my family, I need to put it back into myself as well. Okay, I can't just read the Bible to my family. I need to read the Bible to myself. I can't just tell my family or help my family get to their sports events or to their business events, but I'm not creating my own business. I'm not creating my own boss life. I'm not creating my own physical health, but I'm helping everybody else. I can't make sure everybody is getting this and that, but I am not filling myself back up. Now, for everybody that looks different of how you love on yourself, and if y'all want me to do a video on that, I can do a separate video on that. But really love on yourself. Really love on yourself and make sure to love yourself. Because no one other than God himself is going to love you more than you. Okay? And my mom says all the time, like, you teach people how to love you. You teach people how to treat you, right? And so if you are loving on yourself and you are showing that I can give and also receive, I can give and I can also continue to lift myself up, and it creates this notion of you can be a well-rounded person. You don't have to just either be a giver or a receiver. Like you can do both, okay? And then also it established a thing of where everybody else in the household is like, oh, we should love on her too, right? Because she's able to love on us and she's able to stay in a healthy mindset, and we're not just seeing her give, give, give. And then also, I feel like overall, it gives you that dose of like quote unquote dopamine, right? When you are taking care of you. Don't be going to bed without doing your skincare. Like, babes, do your skincare, okay? Um, don't neglect your working out. If you can only do 10 to 20 minutes a day, do it, okay? Your body will thank you. And to be honest, taking care of yourself and having less stress and loving on yourself can aid to you, living a longer life. Only God knows the length of your life, but you know what I mean. Really taking care of yourself, because you are what you have, okay? You can't keep giving out of nothing. You can't keep giving out of nothing. That's just not gonna work. And you have to love on you, and that goes with dealing with your trauma as well. And the last but not least one, number 7, is pray, okay? Nothing like a praying mother, okay? Pray over your home, pray over your husband, pray over your children, pray with your children, um, pray with your husband, pray and go to church, pray with yourself, pray over your home, like I said, pray throughout your day. Just really cover yourself, cover your family in prayer, and pray for your family, and also show your family how to pray. And pray, don't be afraid to pray in front of them, just because um, if mom is praying, if wife is praying, if woman of the household is praying, then one, the house is covered, the home is covered, but also it shows that prayer can change anything. And it shows that prayer, regardless of the situation, is going to work, okay? Prayer is a way to speak to each other. Prayer is a way to speak to one another's hearts and let God know where you really stand and the truthfulness of your heart. It's also our daily conversation with God. And without God, we cannot be the wife, the mother, and the woman of our household that we need to be. We just cannot do it. We have to depend and rely on God. Because if we rely on ourselves, we will be stressed. We will be a wreck. We will be a mess, okay? And trust me, because I've been all 3, okay? Trying to do this on my own, trying to become and grow this on my own. And we really need God to be able to really embody what truly, truly is a wife, what truly is a mother, what truly is a woman of the home, a woman of God. Okay, so those are my 7 things. I'm gonna go over my list really quick, because I always do that at the end of a video that I do a list, because I know sometimes it can be hard to remember after I do all my rambling. Okay, number 1, have a routine and plan ahead. Number 2, be supportive. Number 3, be love. Number 4, deal with your trauma and your drama. Number 5, be honest. Number 6, love on you. And number 7, pray. Pray, 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 pray. Don't forget to pray, okay? Again, my name is Sachiya Shardai, and today I just wanted to share 7 things, 7 tips to becoming a wife, a mother, a woman of God, and the woman of your home. These are things that we should be doing and implementing daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Let's get into it, y'all. See y'all next week. Bye.